Hi, I'm Anthony Originello, CEO of the Chartered Professionals in Human Resources for BC and Yukon. We represent more than 8,000 members, and as the organization dedicated to advancing the HR profession through education, advocacy, awareness, professional development, as well as our recognized and impactful CPHR designation, we are proud to be a sponsor of this show. We have been the voice of the HR profession since 1942. Learn more about us at cphrbc.ca.
In this edition of Careers That Matter, I'm joined by Chyanne Trenholm of Homalco Wildlife and Cultural Tours. Chyanne, welcome.
Hello.
You have quite an interesting job. What is it? What do you do?
What do? I wear many hats right now, but my title is General Manager for Homalco Wildlife and Cultural Tours. And I also sit on the board for two different boards, Indigenous Tourism BC Board of Directors and I'm the Vancouver Island representative, as well as a board member for the Commercial Bear Viewing Association of BC.
Wow. So what does a work day look like for you?
More of a 24-hour day. I work while I sleep. It's dynamic, and that's one of the things I love about it is during tourist season, I'm here in the office helping with tours getting off the docks, helping with customer service, supporting my team, dealing with the plethora of emails, developing different tour products, working on the boards that I also work with. And it's a dynamic role. There's lots of little stuff that I get to do.
So you're managing the business, you're interacting with your customers, but you're also the public face as well, are you not?
Yeah, I'm the public face as well. So I do, things like this, podcasts, interviews. I travel as well. I've been to Europe twice now for work, once in Germany for a Indigenous showcase event and Canada showcase event 2023. It was my very first time to Europe, which was super fun. And was in London just this past March for a Indigenous tourism sales mission. And so I get to do a lot of fun travels as well and speak on what we're doing here at Homalco.
So in the company, how many people work for the company, and how does it sort of structure out that you're managing what's happening?
So we have 3 full-time employees. Myself, I have an operations manager and a product and customer service manager who help support me with our team. And within that, we have our seasonal tour staff ranging from boat captains to naturalist guides to guest service agents. And with our bear viewing out in Orford Bay, we have bus drivers and bear guides. And this year we're introducing some junior guide programs to help lift some younger, people who maybe want to learn about tourism on kind of what we have to offer here. So we got a lot of diverse, it's just a diverse company, but we've got a lot of diverse roles here.
What about marketing? How does that fit into everything? Because that's a big part of tourism sales, isn't it?
It's huge. And so we actually outsource our marketing with the company, and they've been really great to work with. They deal with most of our marketing details. Most of the stuff that we do in-house is kind of social media and kind of that day-to-day management of it.
Wow. So it's pretty interesting. How long have you been in this role?
I've been general manager for just over a year now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Well, let's talk about your career. Where'd you get started?
My love for tourism sprouted, I would say, in 2012, where I kayaked in Clayoquot Sound for over 20 days with an Outward Bound Canada program, and kind of sparked my love for the nature and the outdoors. I always loved nature and outdoors, but this was like opened my eyes. And then fast forward a couple of years, went to school for physical education, kind of coasting along, wasn't too sure what I was wanting to do. And then 2015 was where I think a turning point happened, one of them anyways, where I got my first job while I was studying university in the physical education program, was a job at Wild Play in Nanaimo. And they do bungee jumping, rope courses, zip lining, adventure. And that was a summer job. And I was like, what is this field of work? And found out that there was a tourism management program at VIU, made the switch that fall, and was still kind of coasting along, mixing in between summer job of Wild Play. And in 2018, there was a indigenous tourism elective course that was optional. I did it, and that's where I realized lights went off of the benefits of tourism for First Nation communities. And that's what kind of was in line with my like identity crisis and trying to figure out who I am. And so I kind of did all this research and was like, okay, that's really cool. And I did a last project for that, and it brought me up to the Yukon to present on a panel while I was still in school. And again, opened my eyes to what is this industry of tourism, and got my feet wet. And yeah, that's where things changed. My grades improved, and I kind of had a direction. So I was planning to graduate in 2020, started working, obviously graduated during the pandemic, and graduating with a tourism degree during the pandemic is a very interesting time. But I luckily had, Homalco Tours waiting for me to kind of join the team. And I started as a social media coordinator, into office manager in 2021, 2022, assistant general manager, and then now general manager in 2024. And lots of learning along the way. I attribute my learning curve as more of a mountain of learning. And now I'm here.
Wow. Now, I think you left one thing out that I was reading about you and your career path. One summer you were planting trees as well.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that part. That was summer of 2017. I took a break from Wild Play because I was like, I need to make some money, and decided to go tree planting. And packed up my bags and went up to Burns Lake in northern BC to plant trees for the summer. And that was a fantastic experience, the hardest job I'd probably ever done on my body, mentally and physically, but it was the best summer I probably had. I actually met my partner out there, and he moved back to the island with me. He's from Quebec. We're still together, and we actually have our own business now, which is another little piece that I'll add on. But yeah, I did planting for a year and a half. It was actually 2018 that I was out planting, and the summer student job at Homalco Tours came up, which again, it's kind of an important piece, but they were telling me that there was this tourism opportunity as a summer student as Homalco Tours was rebranding. And I was like, no, I got to finish my season tree planting. And my partner ended up hurting his knee. And so he had to go back. And I was like, okay, well, I might as well go back and get into the line of work that I'm studying. And that too was a eye opener in what Homalco Tours is doing. I started as a summer student, actually, 2018, and then started officially in 2020 with Homalco.
Wow. So you're still early in your career path. You got many years ahead of you. But what would you say has been sort of the trait that you have, or characteristic that you have, that has helped you to continue to grow professionally and in your career?
I've always been a curious person and think that, lifelong learning is part of life. We're gonna have challenges, and we can either face those head on or shy away from them. I grew up quite competitive, understanding, you gotta have a little bit of grit to get through, but also that growing up, I wasn't the best student or had the best grades, so I really didn't think I was going to do much. And it wasn't until I kind of found something that I could really sink my teeth in and could understand and experience on a level of developing my character that's helped me along the way. It has not been an easy road, to say the least, and I have a lot of support and attribute that as well. But it's been knowing that what I'm doing is not just for myself, but also for my community is also what keeps me going. There's so many benefits to what I get to do and contribute on a day-to-day basis, and that we can do a lot. There's just lots of opportunities out there.
So it's interesting. You probably no different than me. I sometimes go, okay, I didn't think I was capable of doing some of these things, but by sticking in there and fighting your way through those challenges, yeah, you learn a lot about yourself, don't you?
You learn from your failures and not your successes. So I would 100% say that is the way of life, and we're just always growing, we're always improving, and as long as we're staying curious, I think that there's the world's your oyster when you're just with that, have that curiosity mindset, and knowing that life's also not going to be perfect and you're going to have challenges, and it's how you face those and face yourself along the way.
Well, that's a wonderful note to end on. Thank you very much, Chyanne.
Thank you again.